Welcome to Bisakit Academy, where today we will be providing a detailed and comprehensive tutorial. We will be focusing on designing the pipe body. For our body, we will use these specific measurements, and with them, we will proceed to create center point here. The measurement here is 190, and the distance at this point is 70. And then we proceed to create it right here, making sure to follow the measurements accurately. Right here, set it to 50. This is for determining the diameter. The diameter of this pipe is 50 meters. Let's start by creating this. Next, we create a new skirt. Next, we will select the exit plane. Next, draw a polyline. Click. We click here. Next, we need to press the M button on our keyboard. Now this has a radius of 60. We click. Now we will press M once again, and the M point here is considered to have a free weight. We will go ahead and click here, and then press the escape key twice. Please right click now. To adjust the flicker landscape, you need to right click. We need to repeat the escape action by right clicking on the mouse, which will cancel the current cursor selection, and then, after successfully cancelling, we will proceed to create the dimension for our design. The distance between this point and that point. Let's repeat by pressing Ctrl Z. Add. Move to this point here and set the value to 70. Next, open the YouTube tab. Next, position one over here and another over there. Insert a new annotation. Rough. And here it's not tangent yet. It's not tangent yet. Let's click on tangent, tangent, and then we update the tangent. Okay, click OK. There is still one that hasn't given their consent yet. Okay. Let's proceed by choosing this clip. And then click on A, followed by clicking on A again, and we select concentration. Okay. Hold on for a moment while we verify. For the distance, oh, it is right here between these centers, and it is set to 100, correct? So, let's repeat by pressing Ctrl Z. The distance is indicated right here. The distance between these is 100. Okay, hit escape, then use the right mouse button to control it. Hello, enjoy watching. Alright then. We will resketch. Hello. Insert the pen. And we select. Now we choose circle. For the dimension, please set the value to 50. Thank you. Thank you. Like this. Next, let's go ahead and select this circle sketch, then right click on it to bring up the menu. After that, we will choose the adjustment editor and proceed to start creating our design. We make it flat like this, and then we select the exit option. Next, we need to select the plane option, and then we proceed to click on it. Thank you. We select OK. Let's start. Let's create it. In this particular step, we will begin by selecting the additive pipe, and then we will move on to choose the specific objects that we intend to work on. After that, please select the option. We have successfully created something that looks quite similar to what we aimed for, and now we will proceed to make it in the next step. Now, increase this by 20, and the diameter at this point is 60. Alright, we will select the effect option first, and then proceed to sketch. Let's go back. Enjoy. Then click. Then proceed to create a lip sketch. Lip sketch. Next, we choose the pack option. Next, you will need to set the thickness to 20. Next, we are going to select this option here, resurface. During the process. Alright. Then we have successfully. We will create this first, and then we will proceed to create the next part. Here, we have the dimensions set to 180. We need to set the diameter to be exactly 80 units. Okay? For a distance of 100, we select Scan. On the Z-plane, we then proceed to set the view to a half-view mode, ensuring that we have a clear and precise perspective for our next steps in creating the model. Next, we proceed to create a rectangle. Next, use the Escape key to perform a right-click. On the mouse, right-click on the mouse. Then here, we are going to set it to 80. Now, when it comes to the length, we need to take into account that we have a diameter of 80, which should be divided by 2. This is because we are going to create a bipole core, and thus, dividing the diameter of 80 by 2 will provide us with a final value of 40. Then press Escape. This is not yet constrained. Let's create a constraint. What we mean by symmetric here is that you need to click on Concern Symmetric first, then click here, and after that, click this option and select Concern Symmetric again to ensure full concern. Once that step is completed, we can proceed by selecting the Leafscape option. At this point, we have successfully managed to create the sketch. Alright, let's go ahead and create a sketch here by clicking on the Sketch option. We select the Revolution option, and then we proceed to create it in the Select Reference section. After that, we select the reference once again and proceed to create the necessary elements. First, click on the J-axis, then click again, and now we have successfully created the desired object. An object like this, okay? Using the word 3, okay? Okay, we successfully created. Similar to this, we will now proceed to create the next part of our 3D model. First, we need to properly set it here before proceeding further, like this. The distance that we are looking at here is 101 units, measured from the center point to the bottom base, which itself measures 100 units. Alright, next, we need to set the thickness here to 100, and this value will represent the diameter of the component we're designing. Alright, let's proceed with setting the thickness here to 10 units. Okay, let's get started right away. Tap on the front, stay in sketch mode. Alright, let's go ahead and hide this first. tissue file. Hello. Insert the part, and we click Attach. Please make use of the M2 vocalist for this task. Finally, thank you. Like this. Next, we need to select this circle sketch and then right-click on it. After that, we should choose the adjustment editor from the menu and then proceed to create the necessary adjustments. With data like this, we can proceed to exit the current mode. Next, we are going to select the plane and then we will click on it. Thank you. Hold on to the back part. Move backward. Let's create. In this step, we are going to add a pipe to our model, and after that, we will proceed to select the various objects that we intend to modify or work on. Next, we proceed to select the desired options. We have successfully managed to create this specific element, and now we will go ahead and proceed to make it in the designated area. At this point, add 20, and the diameter here should be set to 60. Alright, let's choose the outfit and then proceed to make a sketch. Now we hand over into it and click. Next, you need to click on the sketch option. Next, we go ahead and select pack. Next, set the thickness to 20 units. Next, let's select this option. Resurface. Afsal ko sama. And then click OK. Then we have succeeded. We will create this first, and then we will proceed to create the next part. Now set this value to 100 and the other one to 80. The diameter is 80 millimeters and it requires 8 workers. Okay. For the distance in screen 100, let's select Scat. When we set the rig plane to rig plane here, and also configure the Z plane to Z plane, we then proceed to view it halfway, so that we can clearly see the necessary adjustments. Next, we proceed to create a rectangle. Next. To escape, you need to right-click with your mouse. On the mouse, we see a mouse. Then here, we're going to set it to 80. When it comes to the length, and specifically here, the diameter is set at 80 units, which we will divide by 2, because our intention is to create a revolution later on. So by dividing the diameter of 80 by 2, we end up with a resulting value of 40 units. Then press Escape. It's not constrained here yet. Let's make it constrained. I mean, it should be symmetrical. Yes, earlier we were at point S. Here, you will need to follow the radius of 15. Alright, after that, we need to select the plane in this area and also in this other area. On the right hand side, you will see a mouse, which can be used for escape, and then we will proceed to create this and this tangent. Okay, this and this as well as that, and these things together along with those things. Okay, this and this. Okay, then do the same here. Afterwards, this one. Thank you. Alright, next up, let's create this element here. Since it's already present, we'll set it to constant to ensure smooth progress. Okay. We will skip this part. It's still moving here. Here, we will just go ahead and create it. 100. Hold on. This one. 100. Then skip ahead and right-click your mouse. Next, we will adjust the design to make it geometric. At this point, you can still move it around. So let's make some adjustments here and here to ensure it is perfectly straight. We will achieve this by selecting either the horizontal or vertical constraint option. Once that is done, you will notice that it is now fully constrained. Finally, we will use the trim tool to clean up any unnecessary elements. Click through. So, in this section, we need to focus on the current point, okay? We script. There are still some changes present here. The reason there is a change here is because, as we utilized the symmetric and trim functions earlier, this modification has resulted in an alteration to our design. Make sure to adjust it so that it matches exactly. Alright? We do not have a tangent symbol here yet, so we will go ahead and create one. Now, at this point, you can see that we have the tangent symbol present, and we have also successfully achieved a full constraint. Let's go ahead and click. Thank you. And the car A. Alright. And here, we need to consider the thickness of the object. This one is 10, okay? This one is 10. Alright, give it a try first. Hello? Reverse direction. Seek treatment there. After that, at this point, we are going to create a circle with a diameter of 15 centimeters, and after that, we will proceed to select it. Let's go ahead and create this by following the steps. First, we need to select the object, and then we will proceed to sketch it. And then we proceed to select the radius. Alright, we will now draw a circle in this location. There is no guideline we select. In this particular step, we are required to create an external feature, and subsequently, we will need to proceed by selecting the center circle to continue with the operation. Okay. In this case, I have deliberately not provided any dimensions, because we will be creating them ourselves. Hold on. For the hole, the radius is specified to be 7.5 millimeters, which results in a diameter of 15 millimeters for the hole. And here we take the axis. Alright, then press the R key. See you later. Let's check for example. Thank you. So, in this case, the value is 25. So, moving forward from this point, I intentionally chose not to add dimensions to the sketch in Sketch 2 earlier. Why is that? We are about to create a hole here, so let's get started on making a hole in this particular spot. We will set the dimension of the diameter right here, so it was 15, correct? Okay, we will create it in TrueAll, in accordance with the size specified here, which is 15.2. Okay. Once we have completed creating the necessary elements, like this. Let's place a hole at this spot. You gave up. The diameter at this point is 60, so let's proceed to create a hole. We will make the hole now. Let's list the objects. Next, over here. Just like we did earlier, we intentionally did not add any dimensions. After that, we choose the cross and then proceed to select. Hello. So, at this point, we are going to set the dimension to be 60 units here. Now let's select the crop all option. OK. Then click OK. As illustrated in the image, we will proceed to create it right here. Given that the diameter we need is 10, we should proceed to create a hole with a diameter of 10 in this specific location for creating holes here. Let's take a look over here. Reduce the size here. It has dimensions. The radius is radius. Here the button is 10. Take this one. Thank you. Alright. After setting all constraints, choose the landscape option and proceed to create. Select D. Avoid using through all at this point, as it will penetrate to the other side. Let's go ahead and provide everything here. The thickness here is 10, as specified. OK. We have successfully created this part, and the next step is to proceed with making the following component. Next D. To make sure it passes through here for the hole that goes all the way through at this point. So in this part, the measurement for the diameter is 40 millimeters. Click channel. Then we give it. Next, we set the diameter to 40 and then proceed with flip guard. Then click on DC5, right click and then select Adjustment Editor. OK. Next we move to the editor. We select Next we proceed. Ensure this area is clean. Alright. Thank you. Next we will move the cursor to the text. Use the clip layer. This is successful. Configure the piping and then deselect the option. Next, this one. OK. Alright, let's move on to the next step. Thank you. Alright, we have now successfully managed to create the passage to penetrate through there. Next, let's proceed. Now it is created. Look. This assembly has 5 components. House 6 is positioned here with a specific spacing. the measurement is 80 units. Here, the diameter should be 80. What steps do we take to create it in? Next, we proceed to create. Congratulations. Next, we will generate. In this particular section, we can observe the method that is being utilized. For the coil, set the diameter to 10 with a quantity of 6. Now it's taking such a long time. Here, I'm adding class C. Thank you. Here's the diameter. And create DC5. Then we use skill 2. Hope you enjoy. Next, what we need to do is create the pattern right here. Alright, thank you. Alright. We have not edited the distance yet. Let's double click right here. Here, we will need to set it to 80. And work. Alright. Alright. We have now successfully managed to create the Boudier pipe. Alright. Thank you very much for following along with this tutorial for today. I look forward to seeing you in the next tutorial. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, share, and drop a comment.